everybody, it's Noreen, and we are here with an episode of Let's Learn How to Make No Knead Bread. Because I've never done it, and I've done a lot of reading about it. I've always wanted to do it, but it's one of those things that takes a really long time. Very few ingredients. It looks really super simple, and since I adore baking bread, I thought I really want to try that. Now, today is the day after Veterans Day, and since Veterans Day was on a Thursday, and today was Friday, and I work in a law office, and there was no court today because the judges all skived off of work today. They didn't hold any open court. And I talked my boss into closing the office today because I'm good at that. So I have this day, and my kids are in school, which is really primo because I never get a day off where it's just me and Rick. So today I thought, I'm going to give this a try. So I've never made this before, and I thought maybe I'd share it with you, the whole experience, and we'll see how it turns out. And if it sucks, well, then it sucks. And if it doesn't, then we're going to make it again.
If it sucks, you don't upload the video.
Oh, if it sucks, I don't upload the video. That's what Rick says. But I will, even if it sucks. So let's take a look at what goes in this. It's amazing how little is in this. And we've had our doors and windows open, and I apologize if you see a fly or two flying around. I'm going to use 2 cups of bread flour. And I'm going to use 1 cup of white wheat flour. I'm going to use a tablespoon of kosher salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of red wine vinegar, and a 1/4 teaspoon of yeast, and 1.5 cups of warm water. So let's get this going. Let's see here. Grab a spoon out of here because we have to measure properly. I like to fluff the flour. And remember I said when you measure your flour, you want to spoon it into your cup and then level it off. But this is no knead bread, and it looks like it's kind of idiot proof, which is just the perfect kind of recipe for me. So that's 1 cup. And there he goes, showing the dogs again. Because they're playing. They're getting noisy. Okay. That's 2 cups. And we will remove the bread flour from the way here. And this is a brand new bag here. Now, as I've said before, if you guys are able to get King Arthur products at your grocery store, I highly recommend that you try them. I know and I understand that they are more expensive than store brand flours. But there's a reason for that, because their quality is exceptional. Now this is whole wheat flour. It's just white wheat flour. It was just made from soft white wheat. And there's another cup, our 3rd cup. Move this out of the way. Now, let's get some measuring spoons here. You can salt this to taste. I'm going to use a tablespoon. Remember, kosher salt's not as salty as iodized salt. And then we're going to mix this up a little. I'm going to run some warm water here. Not hot. For any of you old enough to remember who the Frugal Gourmet was, Jeff Smith, used to watch him when I was growing up. When he would do yeast breads, he would always say that you know your water is just right for yeast when you can put your hand in it and it makes you go, ah, instead of ouch. So that's how you know your yeast isn't too warm or your water's not too hot for the yeast. So we're going to go 1.5 cups of water. 1/4 teaspoon of yeast. That's 1/4 teaspoon. And the one thing about these no knead bread is there's no sugar in it, which I always found very interesting. Oh look, a little shaker cap. I hate those. And 1/4 teaspoon of red wine vinegar. I don't know. I think that has something to do with the fermenting process. So it's all scientific, I have no doubt. Give this a good stir. And there's hardly any yeast in this at all. So, dump it in. Grab a spoon. Stir it up. Yeah, Rick was just saying this looks like it would make good pizza dough, and indeed, I have seen people use this for pizza dough. You just don't go through the rest of the processes that we're going to go through later. You would go ahead and form it as a pizza dough. And it says you want it to be shaggy. So, I would say that's shaggy. I can't stand it. I don't like the way it looks. It smells really good and yeasty. All right, you're done. You may omit the step where you stick your hands in there. It's almost a matter of habit for me because baking bread is so tactile. Okay, now what we do is we cover this with plastic wrap. And you can go down to your local Sally Beauty Supply or wherever it is that they sell things for local salons and get yourself a package of these clear shower caps. They put them on ladies' heads when they are processing the hair color and all that, or when they have a set or something or they're doing a permanent. It has a little bit of elastic. These are the greatest bowl covers you will ever find for rising bread because you can fit it over anything. You fit it over a bread pan, over a bowl, whatever. Okay, now if you come over here, what I have done, I preheated my oven to the lowest setting is 150. I'm going to turn it off now. My oven is nice and warm. I left the light on in there. I'm just going to put it in there for 4 hours. In 4 hours, I'm going to come back and see what it looks like. So, we'll see together. Okay, it is almost 8 o'clock at night. We worked really hard today. We cleaned out our attic. Doesn't that sound like fun? But in the meantime, this had a chance to rise. Remember, I left it in the oven with the light on, and it stayed really nice and warm. The only thing that I didn't show you was that I took it out, and it's been resting for an hour now since I did this, but I kind of, I flipped it over on itself 4 times. Just kind of bring it in. Now, the other thing that I did after I did that, and I let it sit for an hour, I have my cast iron Dutch oven with a lid that's been heating in the oven at 425 degrees. So, what we're now going to do, it says to oil a parchment. So, there, parchment oil, right? All right, let's see here. Get my silicone spatula here. And I think, if you'll bear with me just for a moment, I think I would like to put some cornmeal on the bottom, on that parchment paper. So, and that dough looks really beautiful. Okay, so here's my cornmeal. I'm just going to sprinkle this on the bottom here. Just like that. All right. And then I'm just going to turn this out. Like that. Run some water in there. And, oh hell, let's put some cornmeal on the top too. And it says to take this and put it in like that. With the parchment. And then put the lid on it. and put it back in the oven. Bake it for 25 minutes. After which time I'm going to open it up and take the lid off of it. And I'm going to bake it for an additional 10 minutes. I'll be back when I come open it up to take the lid off of it. So, cross your fingers. I hope this comes out good. The timer went off, so it's been 25 minutes. Let's see what this thing looks like. It smells good. Well, it didn't rise as high as I thought it would. But back in the oven for, oh yeah, 10 minutes. Okay. 10 more minutes. Set the timer. All right, we'll be back in 10. 10 minutes is up. Look at that. That's beautiful. All right, now, what happens now? I need a spatula. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Listen. Awesome. Now you can let it cool, then we'll cut it later. That looks really good. I mean, it looks like a loaf of bread that you went to the artisan bakery and spent $7 or $8 on. It is really beautiful. They would call this a boule, B-O-U-L-E. It's beautiful. It's a little flat, but we'll see what it's like in a little while. Don't worry. I'll bring you back when I cut it. Okay. It's cooled off. I don't know, it's been about an hour, I guess. Let's see what this looks like. Let's do it this way. Probably easier. There we go. That way that knife can get a bite on that. Oh, look at that crumb. Wow. That's pretty. And think about it. We used what? 4 ingredients. Water, flour, yeast, salt, and vinegar. Wow. That looks wonderful and amazing. It smells wonderful too. So, what do we do? Got good bread. Gotta have good butter. Let's see. Some Irish butter. Look at that. It's beautiful. Well, I'd like to thank you guys for putting up with this video. It was a little bit of a mess, but I don't usually do things without trying them first, but I thought this might be fun. Here you go, honey. What's it taste like? Oh, wow. That was amazing. You have to try this. And I hope you do. So I hope you try this and I hope you enjoy it. And until next time, I'll see ya.